It's Marvel, baby. And hey, yo, it's been a lot of buzz around my boy Rocket Raccoon. It seems like ever since the infamous No Damage Rocket hit Grandmaster with this cool, furry motherfucker, I've been seeing him in my ranked and quitch matches a lot more now. From his ability to escape from flankers, his primary fire melting tanks that get too close, and being the epitome of positioning in this game, the Cooniest Coon is a fun hero that I truly believe any beginner can pick up and start winning matches with. I like playing Rocket when there's a Punisher or a Bucky on my team most of the time, so I can buff them with that good old unlimited ammo team up. And with triple support becoming so popular right now, having one support out of the three that can provide some utility that's not just pure healing output is underrated in the game right now. I mean, Adam Warlock's shift is just a pseudo Manus ult with a 30-second cooldown. But I digress, my friends. Now let's get into these 5 tips for Rocket Raccoon and Marvel Rivals. And tip number 1 is going to be your B&B station. Amazing for resin teammates on the battlefield, yes, but I notice a lot of new players sleep on the armor and jump packs that it provides. I like to call them the one-shot preventer and the best repositioning tool in the game. It being any one shot is a lot more valuable than we tend to discuss. Now let's say you encounter a decent player that knows their 250 HP kill combo and happens to catch you off guard. This armor pack will save you. The jump pack allows teammates to reposition into places they could only dream of before. And yo, stop putting this shit out in the open. Hide it somewhere.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
Another quick note is you also want to drop your station in the spawn room while you're waiting for the round to start and while you're waiting for your strange to finish his portal. And tip number 2 is going to be that movement. This rodent is one evasive little fuck. It's not surprising at all to go a full game on Rocket and not die once. It's kind of the norm. He can climb walls like a white woman in those demonic possession movies, but does it faster than anyone else with the same passive. Now, I don't know if that last part is true, but it does seem like it. His little ass be zooming. You want to stay moving his rocket and make it hard as possible for your foes to kill you while simultaneously healing your team. Climb walls, yeet yourself off that wall, slow fall, then stop slow falling to throw your opponent's tracking off. This is a bread and butter I do all the time. This is a quick and easy one, but while we're on movement, it is a good segue to tip number 3. And that's abusing off angles. But Ocean, what does movement have to do with off angles? Having the ability to climb walls easily and within an instance make it 10 times easier to find and abuse these high ground off angles. Now, if you've played Storm or Iron Man, you know the Marvel Rivals player base has an insane issue with not looking up. So this will be free, unbothered, borderline boring as hell heals you can provide to your team for at least 10 to 15 seconds before anybody notices. It's actually retarded how often you can get away with this in your games. It's so chaotic out here, so much going on that people are not looking for a raccoon sitting on top of the map. Of course, people will start looking the higher you go up in the ranks, but by the time you deal with that consistently, I'm sure you have a foundation to start countering these reactions. And that brings us to tip number 4. That's going to be your group team up. And I don't mean just riding them.
Hey, yo, pause.
Now, as fun as that may be, I truly believe you get a lot more value from this team up by using it as a pseudo third dash for Rocket. Now, hear me out. For instance, if you're being dove by an El Negro Gato, that's Black Panther if you're new here, you can dash out of his range with your normal dash that Rocket has, then activate the team up to hop on Groot. Now, if Black Panther chases you, you can then hop off Groot, then hop back on Groot to keep your character model moving. Dodge an enemy fire like the annoying little shit you are. Keep the enemy salty. Now, before we get to our final tip, we are getting closer and closer to that 250 sub goal to become an official partner with Marvel Rivals. This is Marvel, baby. Sub up. And for the 5th and final tip, this one's going to hurt to say, but it's knowing when to switch. We all love playing Rocket. His voice lines are cool as hell, and the nature of his healing enables skill expression. The geometry nerds love to measure how to perfectly bounce his orbs off a wall to heal his dying teammates that are out of position. hauling ass up a wall and slowly descending as you watch the peons on the battlefield. So you spray them with your healing juices. I get it. I love playing the coon too, but sometimes our team needs more from us as a strategist. Defensive ults are just too good in this game, and if you don't have one or two of them in the tuck when that enemy presses their team wiping ultimate, your team's gonna flame you once they open that scoreboard and are reminded they have a fucking raccoon on the team. And there's nothing worse than getting team wiped and one of your teammates gets revived at your BRB, making it even longer to regroup with the team. Now, you're going to get a lot of people that's going to tell you to swap off Rocket at the character select screen. These people you can ignore unless you think yourself that this is not going to work. A huge way to tell if it's not going to work is if the enemy has a lot of burst damage. Rocket does not heal well versus burst damage. So if someone says, hey, do you mind swapping off Rocket? They have a lot of burst damage and he's not holding up. Try to remove your ego and just listen to them. Remember, they are dogging your character selection, not your actual character. They are shitting on your hero's design, not shitting on you. Well, maybe they are, but either way, try to keep that in mind.